looks filled with.
Box of issues.
Welcome back to Box of Issues.
Box of existentialism, more like it.
Box of the Infinite Abyss. That actually sounds like a cool, like, series or something. Did you just kill your controller?
It bit its tongue. I did. Oh god.
Oh!
Ah! It's alive.
Alright. So yeah, we're back at the box. The existential
The box of...
the existential rectangle.
Whose massive
The existential tangle.
The existential tangle. I feel like the existential tangle is something that, like, just you kind of open it and it's like, ugh, oh no, why does it smell so bad?
I think that would smell pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, it already smells bad. As you're walking through like a half-dead sea, right?
Yeah.
Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist.
Actually, here's an interesting idea. If all of the water disappeared like it did here, what do you think the Mariana Trench would be like? Because we still have, like, barely explored that, right? We could just take a helicopter down there and walk around, like, all of this weird fucking sea life that, like, we'd never seen before. Like...
No, staring down, like, you would stare down at a certain point, it'd just be black.
Well, it wouldn't be, because the sun's above you, right? So you would be able to see it. It would be like the Grand Canyon, but below sea level.
No, like, in my perspective, like, the shadow of the cliff would, like, unless the sun's, like, way above, if there was any, like, angle over the cliff, it would just, like, at a certain point you wouldn't see the below. That's how deep it goes.
Well, yeah, because it's what, like 1.5 times Mount Everest?
Downwards.
Yeah. It's, like, insane.
It's like that well from, what do you call it, 300? But, like several miles long.
Fucking bottomless pit.
Yeah.
The bottomless crevasse.
Imagine, imagine falling from, like, the top of, like, the stratosphere all the way down to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. That would be sick. For the few minutes you would be alive.
Well, because it takes what, like, in free fall, it takes 10 minutes to hit the ground?
Like, from normal base jumping height.
I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes if you, like, from fairly high altitude.
Yeah, okay.
It's like 10 minutes or something. If you were to do that from, like, low orbit...
Like Felix Baumgartner during the Red Bull. Yeah.
Yeah. From, like, low orbit to the Mariana Trench, you would be falling for, like, half an hour. It's like that Loki meme that...
Yeah.
I have been falling for 30 minutes! Oh, shit.
Oh, my fucking controller died.
I think your cable might just not be working.
My cable just ass, dude. I'm just gonna tell you right now, my cable's ass.
Micro USB just does not... It's... I'm kind of glad that we're not using it anymore.
Oh, the squelch.
Oh, there's no more Easter egg fish.
The moon, now near the
Water! You fucking
drink
lie!
it! I can... would you drink that?
I mean, it's not like there's anything else to do. Just drain it through a sock. Slap it through a sock.
Use your crusty sock as a goblet.
That water does look very...
far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom.
oiled? Well-oiled water.
Well-oiled.
Slapping my feet as I
That's some lubed up water, my guy.
Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith.
Oh, I know those. That's Queen. Look.
Yes, Queen?
No, as in like
Oh.
like the band, like Queen. That's Freddie Mercury. They're singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my god. You just reminded me that the Queen just died, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Are you sad?
We just dated this episode.
Yeah. Again, we did it the last episode as well. Oh, we might as well talk about it. The Queen died. Oh, I'm not gonna say who cares, but who cares?
I do. Listen, I feel like a lot of the reason that I felt a lot when the Queen died was because she reminded me a lot of my nan.
Okay, that's more personal. Yeah.
And like, I feel like, and it's also a thing of like, holy shit, the Queen died. Like,
She was there. She was been a
70
while.
years of rule, 96 years old in royalty. Like,
She's been there for a while. Since
She-
World War.
she has been, I think, the second longest living monarch in the world.
Yeah, who's next in line? Charles? No one likes him.
He's gonna be around for like 2 years.
Yeah.
There will be a hurricane or something in his ears. He'll fucking pick him up and take him in the wind.
He's not power lich level like the Queen was.
she was a level 10 wizard, dude.
She had a phylactery somewhere, someone broke it. Rip.
The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books. Consisting for the most part
Dude, it's just
aquatic
pictures of
symbols.
animals. They're not really hieroglyphics, it's just someone decided
That's
to draw a hammerhead shark.
That's just a
one.
five graders. This is just a 5 grade collage. Oh my god, what are you talking about?
Characters obviously represented marine.
I can get this off DeviantArt.
to the modern world.
I can get other things off DeviantArt as well.
I don't want to see the DeviantArt version of this. There'll just be a lot of like fish furries fucking
Inflation fish fairies fucking. Thank you very much.
with the diapers on.
With diapers on. You see? Yeah, exact. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting there.
Decomposing forms I'd observed on ocean risen.
That's the real Lovecraftian horror.
Exploring DeviantArt.
Yes.
It's like H.P. Lovecraft may have had some crazy dream, but he's never
He's never seen
dream
DeviantArt.
crazy enough. This-
It was the carving, however, that did most to hold this.
He doesn't know true horror. Storytelling methods. Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the story through carvings at the Mountains of Manus, the Nameless City, journals and character notes, In the Shadow of Time, and The Haunter of the Dark, islands emerging from the ocean, in the Call of Cthulhu, or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies, Migo in the Mistwearer in the Darkness. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories also include in a manner similar to Dagon. But let's skip details in order not to spoil the ending.
Plainly visible across the intervening water. on
I've
a
actually
mountain of
been
enormous size.
really like trying to work
That's
on,
release, whose subjects
because I
are
told you this before. I don't think I've said this on the channel yet, but I do a lot of like creative stuff. Like I tried writing a book for a while, and I'm still kind of am. But I wanted to work on like my creation of ideas instead of just like remastering other ideas into something new-ish. And coming up with new shit is hard.
Well, it's because there's a lot of ideas that have already been.
It's because it hasn't been thought of yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas that already float around. It's like something I think I read or like heard somewhere is like no idea is truly original. You get ideas from.
Yeah, it's like it and I know this is gonna sound like a really stupid meme, but it's like, yeah, it's the same with the English language. Like everything is just a remix of the alphabet,
Or like Latin.
but you
yeah.
can still make new things out of the alphabet.
Yeah, sus, amogus, buses, moose. I've had ideas for short stories. It's just that I haven't like.
Creative cat names?
No. No. Yeah, I've had ideas for short stories for a while. It's just that I just suck at executing it. Just write it. Like I've been telling myself, just fucking write it and then like narrate it, and it'll be fine. Also, I want to get like art for like so that they can look at something and be like, oh, this is the. Yeah, I like.
You want it to be more tangible than it is.
I saw a post on YouTube. It was like an art of a space marine, like pointing his bolter at a farmer, and the farmer's like unusually bulky, and like the farmer has like his daughter with him, and someone narrated it so that the farmer was actually like an ex-space marine, and they were talking about like, oh, you're gonna take like you're gonna kill me because I've had a family and I've quit. I've deserted, and you're gonna fucking kill me in front of my daughter. That's fine. Like I've lived my life. Just don't do it in front of her. I should send you that. Like
that space marine would not give a fuck.
that. Oh no, there was then someone posted like the reply of the space marine monologuing like, dude, like I know you like really value your family, but 1,000 other families are gonna die because you're not there. Like even guardsmen. They can afford to like live through this after the war, but you're supposed to be the bulwark of the emperor. You don't deserve this kind of life.
Even though space marines are kinda useless. Hear me out. Any Warhammer fans out there? Tower the good guys. That's it. Fuck you guys. Do you know much about Warhammer?
At least.
Yeah, I've had some Warhammer lore. Like
I collect Tau. I very much believe in the greater good.
the greater good.
I feel like a lot of the like mind control stuff is just them trying to like twist this like seemingly alright and acceptable race into like but what if it's all like mind control stuff?
Yeah,
But they
it's
also
gonna make them grey.
But they also forget that the Farsight Enclave still exists, and the fact that even though they have deserted from the Tau, they're still working for the Tau. So it's shown that the greater good is obviously good enough to like be fighting for outside of the Ethereal's control. Like people don't people don't pay attention to a lot of like very basic things that just they kind of forget about.
Though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto.
Who do you think would be the most horrific Warhammer god to like serve of the 4 chaos?
Probably Nurgle, Father of Decay.
I think he's at least nice. I would not go to Slaanesh.
Slaanesh is probably. I just feel like Slaanesh is probably the best. Because the idea is depravity and things like that. Like, it's not necessarily just torture. Like, there's other ways to worship Slaanesh outside of torture and, like, murder and all of that. It is the idea of, like, pleasure and depravity that Slaanesh feeds off of. And, like, the Drakari have made a pretty good living out of it. They're having fun.
Yeah, poor Timmy, though. What about poor Timmy?
I feel like Khorne would be boring after a while. Like, you spend 4,000 years killing people, you just kind of
I'm like, at some point you get bored. I'm like, at a certain point, the Chaos Marines that serve Khorne are gonna be like, yo, I just want a fucking cup of tea or something.
But, like, I don't know, I feel like Nurgle would be the worst, because the first thing that happens if you start, like, worshipping Nurgle is your flesh just starts decaying, and it's like, yeah, you will live like this forever now. Like, this is what you do to, like, worship Nurgle, and it's like, I wanna go back!
Shrine, which appeared to be under the waves as well.
Actually, I feel like Tzeentch would be the easiest. Like,
he likes to fuck people over though. Like,
well, yeah, but if you're worshiping, if you're doing that in the name of Tzeentch, that's it. Like, that's your entire contract for like living.
he's like the wild card. Everything.
Yeah. The only time that he has like actively punished people is if they try to fuck him over.
True.
And even then, he's still been like, I see what you did there.
Aruman, you're naughty lad, Aruman. I'm gonna fucking kill you, but maybe not yet.
Of faces and forms I dare not speak in detail, for the mere remembrance.
Yeah, I feel like Zinch or Slanesh would probably be the two
grotesque
better
beyond the
ones.
imagination of a Poe or
Korn
a War.
is just bloodshed, and then like the loss of bloodlust after like thousands of years, and then Korn's like, you're not feeling it anymore, I guess you die. And then Nurgle is just like, yeah, you have a chance of just becoming a rotting pile of flesh stuck
But you
with
live
other
forever.
rotting piles
You
of
live
flesh.
forever as a pile of flesh.
Yeah, have you seen there is a book out there in the Black Library. The Black Library is if people don't know, the Black Library is what they call like the massive list of all the novels.
It's like
to
the
do
canon
with
novels, yeah.
Warhammer. The idea of Nurgle is like certain people, if they're like together in groups, they can just rot into puddles, and then they'll become these large amalgamation like abominations that like are fused together and still are just rotting, but now they are all one consciousness. That sounds fucking horrific.
That sounds hype. No, I'm kidding. Look, I think the worst fate. Well, I don't. There's a lot of worst fates in Warhammer.
Yeah.
One of them's getting Drukhari captured. Like, yeah, I would just kill myself.
You can't.
Like, if I see a Drukhari ship, if I comprehend that that's a Drukhari ship, I will kill myself.
Yeah, but a lot of the time, like, that's not really a thing you have time for. Like, they usually capture you when you're knocked out, and then you just, like, you know, you slowly start to lose pieces of yourself, both mentally and actually physically.
And they use you in, like, not funny ways. They, like, vibe check.
You don't vibe check the Drukhari.
They
That's like looking down the barrel of a gun and being like, what happens if I pull the trigger? Which, by the way, I can't believe people do.
what? That?
Yes, there are so many videos of people who like have gun licenses, and they'll just be like, oh, it stopped, it's not working, what happened?
Oh,
And
yeah,
they
they look
look
at
down the barrel of the gun.
The Looney Tunes will look at a barrel.
And like, people have done that before, and they've pulled the trigger, and some unfortunately haven't made it, or like it like
It's like they
fires
drop
off.
it and they like on their foot or something.
Yeah, or like there's this one that this guy is so fucking lucky, but like he turns it around to like look down it, and then as he's pulling away, it misfires and shoots his hat off.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
It's like, why?
Don't look at
Why?
it. That's literally a Looney Tunes skit.
He was like literally inches from just not being here anymore.
It's an old dude too. Like you'd think he'd be smarter.
Bulging eyes. and
Yeah,
their
but
features less pleasant to recall.
dude, there's no
Curiously
hope for
enough,
humans.
They seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background.
like between Jeff Bezos and the rest of humanity, I don't know.
Presented as but little larger than himself.
Ah, yes, we all know this.
Yeah, the fish
Whale,
fellas.
and whale.
What about that fourth one?
So that's the yeah, it's whale, and whale.
What's that meme? Which one of your friends are you? Trucker. The
Yeah.
crazy freak. Wow. The fighter. Which one of your friends are you? Trucker. Crazy freak.
Yeah, it's got like a voiceover like and like that's it.
I remarked as I
Oh, I
said,
love deep fried memes so
I
much.
love deep fried memes too, man.
but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring.
I don't think those are imaginary gods. They're just three whales
Some
and
tribe whose last
something.
descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man.
That's just the average Polish man.
That's what people from Finland look like.
Funny.
Everyone knows it.
Oh yeah, that's what they call. That's what it's called, Finland.
Yeah,
Dummy.
Finnish people.
Finnish people. They have fins.
Because they have fins.
Doi.
Passed beyond
Oh,
What, you
Lovecraft.
didn't know that?
Yeah, Lovecraft. You're so stupid.
Well, no, he's the one that he's using the Finnish people probably.
Yeah. Yeah, Lovecraft's always right about race, my guy. Right? No. Okay, we're gonna cut that out. No one said that.
With only a slight churning to mark its
And
rise to
suddenly
the
I saw
surface.
it. The Finnish
People.
they began to rise.
They did their traditional dances. Oh fuck.
Spike and loathsome, they darted like a stupendous monstrosity
That was like
against
goofy.
the monolith,
Yeah.
about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms.
Give it a hug.
It bowed its hideous head
Aw.
and gave vent to certain...
Run, you bitch.
I think I
I'll
will
just pass out like a bitch then.
of my frantic ascent of the sloping cliff and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat.
I don't know why people see stuff like that and they're like, I think I went mad. It's like, it's just a big,
Big fish.
Boy.
Big fish.
like, it's still humanoid. Like, you can still, like, pretty easy to
Unless you
understand.
smelled that bad that you just like got blackout drunk.
Like fermented grapes.
Yeah.
You just, like,
I mean,
whiff and
you,
you're like,
he,
oh, petrol!
he was in the lube water. I don't know what he smells like. Probably not like scented candle. Have you been blackout drunk before?
Not that I remember.
I have indistinct
Funny. Ah,
No, I don't believe I have.
I have.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I have a second time.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
Oh yeah. It's scary because it's you,
I could imagine.
but it's not you. Thankfully, I apparently am like a softie, and I'm just like, I love you guys. I love and I'm just like, oh, you guys are my friends. I'm just hang out more.
Yeah, but it also seems like you're also the kind of drunk to like someone to offer you something. You're just like, oh, thanks,
Oh,
and
thanks.
like go along with something like way too far.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, that's how I got blackout drunker.
Drunk. Oh my fucking god.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, oh.
Oh.
You spent too much time. Fuck you.
When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital.
Oh no, not San Francisco! Not a hospital! What if they sent me in for a CAT scan?
Brought thither by the captain of the American
You know what they say about cats.
Oh.
Not San Francisco. Mommy, not San Francisco. That's where the gays live.
In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention.
Oh my god. Is that open? No, okay. I don't want our neighbors to hear this.
Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing, nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Oh, trivia. The journalist. Lovecraft was a prominent figure in the world of amateur journalism. In 1915, he started publishing his own journal called The Conservative. Wow. Which include political and social commentary, poetry, short stories, and literary criticisms written by him and other authors.
Also a poll for what he should name his cat.
Howard was a skilled wordsmith, but he also took criticisms to heart, which resulted in his decision to step away from writing poetry, he was just a bitch, and concentrate on weird fiction again, for the first time since his teenage years. Dagon, published in 1919, is one of the short stories written during that period. In this example excerpt from The Conservative, the master of horror fiction explains his attitude towards warfare and the idea of world peace.
Alright, I'll do his voices.
Okay.
Why any sane human being can believe in the possibility of universal peace is more than the conservative can fathom. should the entire civilized world agree simultaneously to disarm one or more nations, would undoubtedly retain secret armaments and, at the proper time, take advantage of their more altruistic and less astute contemporaries in a wild career of conquest against unarmed victims. No country is, or even can be, above warfare until the basic impulses of the human-animal shell have miraculously changed.
You know what? That take's not that bad. That's not a bad take.
No. Well, that's exactly what happened. Like, this was, what did he say? This was 1919?
Yeah.
This was after they tried to create the United Nations and failed.
No, it was the League of Nations.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They created the League of Nations and failed miserably. They had World War One, and everything was just kind of like, yeah, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Everyone's like calm-ish for the moment.
Don't look at Germany. Don't look over there.
It's not like they can do much. We shot their legs out. It's not like they're gonna take the Rhineland back or anything.
What are you thinking? They do drive out the minorities and the Jewish people? Let's whack.
Let's go to an art museum. Oh my god, that reminds me of this meme I saw on Reddit. It was this guy that posted like I was turned down from art school. Should I give it another shot or go into politics? And the first comment was, I've seen this before somewhere. It was such it was so weird.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
The fish god.
The fish god.
Love me some fish. So does my cat.
Dagon was the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a common noun for grain. The rulers of Akkad, Mesopotamia, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquests. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in a Syrian poem, and an underworld prison warder in one of the Babylonian texts. He is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name, as in Hebrew the word dag means fish. In H.P. Lovecraft's work, Dagon is an underwater deity, ruling over the deep ones, a humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the ocean. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Fish fuckers.
Ah, a transparent cabinet.
No lighting.
Hopelessly conventional. I did not press my inquiries.
You missed a question.
Where? Oh.
Yours.
August Derleth in the Cthulhu Mythos. August Derleth was an American writer and anthologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works through his company, Arkham House. Although he greatly contributed to the popularization of the author's works after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies.
He's not the only one.
One of his most questionable decisions involved introducing the good versus evil doctrine. Derleth was a devout Catholic to the Cthulhu mythos, which contrasted with Lovecraft's view of the world and his approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misinterpreted in today's culture. It is also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane. Yeah, so it grew past
So it was never his intent to have this being an interwoven story.
Yeah.
It was only turned into that by his friends, quote unquote.
Yeah, and it grew past him.
Yeah.
How Picasso became famous after he died.
Yeah. That happens to a lot of stuff though.
Posthumous, what do you call it? fucking value. Things are more valuable once like people are dead. Like the the queen.
I don't know if that's true.
Um,
I feel like the Queen's always had importance.
no, as in like people's stuff, or like things that people create are always, if they're famous enough, they become more valuable.
Like Prince.
Yeah,
Like I feel like he was very
appreciated.
appreciated, and then once he died, like everyone was like, oh no, and like
Bowie. Bowie.
No, why can I not think of his name?
Michael Jackson.
No, more recent rapper.
XXX.
No, well yes, but the other one that took his own life.
6ix9ine? No, I don't.
6ix9ine. No, he is way too overrepresented.
Took his own life.
Yeah.
I know like Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, but that he's not a rapper.
Yeah. Damn. You know, he did the one. Wait, is that? Yeah, that is him. It's. I still see your shadows in my mind.
Oh,
Can't
he
take
he
back
offed himself.
Yeah. That was. Wait, am I? Is that XX or?
No, that's not XX.
That yeah. Okay. What's the name of that song? I can't even remember. Oh my god. Why am I having this mental blank, dude?
Okay, let's just search the lyrics.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, I can't believe Juice World.
Juice WRLD. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he died.
Oh my god. I can't believe it took me that fucking long. Yeah, like I feel like he was also another one of those things that's like very underrepresented. Like he was, I wouldn't say he was like setting the stage for a lot of stuff, but he had a lot of promises to what he could have made. And like the amount of work he put into all of his stuff was very like it's sad to see him go, man.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he was struggling with a lot of stuff by just like the things he was
He was
writing.
writing, yeah. That song was really dark, man. No, the thing that I can't stand is like, when they die, they get elevated. Like XX was not a good person.
No, he wasn't. But I feel like the art that he would be able to put out was relatively like, it was easy to appreciate.
Okay.
Like the art, the things that he was able to create were good. Like they were very interesting, and like the way he put them together was very good.
So now,
His motives and the things he did are questionable, but also sometimes you have to.
Separate the music from the artist and stuff.
Yeah. Just because he was kind of a shithead doesn't take away from the fact that he was relatively good at what he did.
Lovecraft on tobacco and alcohol. Lovecraft hated tobacco.
Just like Hitler.
So I don't smoke, and now I'm like gonna kill people. I'm gonna start like a genocide now.
Well, no, as in Lovecraft hated tobacco. So did Hitler. Hitler was racist. So was Lovecraft.
What if I hate tobacco?
What if you hate that's name?
Okay. Even though he used to smoke when he was 12, what a fucking hypocrite. In order to look and feel like an adult. His correspondence, like, well, everyone in high school.
I never smoked.
No, kids who vape. I
Oh.
mean,
I don't. No.
in his correspondence with, dude, like, what do you call it? Fifth graders are like vaping now. It's fucked.
Yeah.
In his correspondence with friend Reinhard Kleiner, he claims that he quit as soon as he started wearing long pants. That's weird. He also had a very strong opinion about alcohol, as evidenced by his letter to Zelia Brown, dated 13th of February, 1928.
I imagine the wearing long pants is like a term for like getting older.
Getting older, like, or like if you pass a certain grade, like you go into high school. Yeah. past a certain grade, I was wearing shorts in the Philippines, and then I got pants later on. It was weird. Lovecraft.
As for the matter of drinking, I've never tasted intoxicating liquor, and I've never intended to having a strong aesthetic disgust at anything which blunts or
Corsons.
the delicate nature. Jesus Christ, just use normal words!
The delicate natural equipoise of the involved human intellect and imagination.
Just use fucking normal human speech.
Drinking excited my personal repugnance, hence I don't drink. Let the herd do what they will. I am rather in favor of prohibition. The prohibition of anyone antisocial force as well as of any other. Source: The Spirit of Revision, Lovecraft's Letters to Zelia Brown, Reed Bishop, H.P. Lovecraft, Sean Brenny, and Andrew Lehman. S.T. Joshi. Joji? Joji
Joji is ancient! Joji is on a temple!
Joji's an elder god.
So the idea is that
Often,
all of those visions were because of morphine, and then he goes back and does morphine again, and it just creates a cycle.
a mere freak of fever as I lay
Yes,
sunstroke and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man of war. This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me.
Oh, there's actually
hideous
another
vivid vision
Lovecraft
of
mythos story that's really fun and like
Mm.
fucky. It's called the I think it's like the Man in Yellow, something like that. So apparently there's this dude that sees his stage play, and in that it's about like a king in yellow. Yeah, the king in yellow, and he becomes convinced that he is the son of the king of yellow, which is like an ancient deity. So he starts making like a cult, and like throughout the novel, it's like ambiguous of whether or not he's actually legit, or if he's just like a really fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
But he believes 100% that he is like the son of the king in yellow, and that he will like rule the world or some shit.
I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed.
I'm with that.
You know what we need to play?
What?
A
Wrath?
Sucker for Love. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Have you watched through all
No, I haven't.
of it? Okay. We need to play it.
Oh my god.
I feel like you would enjoy it.
Stone idols.
It's your two favorite things in the world, dude.
Detestable
Lovecraft
likenesses of
and
solid
waifus.
And waifus?
granite.
And dedicating yourself to waifus.
Ooh, horror? my two favorite things in the world. Horror and women.
2D women, they're even better.
I dream of a day when they may
That's just the logical conclusion of putting them both together.
remnants of puny, war-exhausted men.
The mixture is called hymen.
Hymen?
Oh.
That is a mixture of horror.
Oh, I thought the Statue of Liberty is looking very wobbly.
The end is near.
I think that's just the morphine, dude. I think you're morbing too hard.
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense.
Yeah, when he doses himself with morphine, he just says it's Morbin time.
It's morphin' time.
It's Morbin time.
He pulls out his Megazords.
It's morphine time.
Morphine. That's all Power Rangers was. It's like, instead of, it's morphin' time, it's morphine time. Oh no! The entirety of Power Rangers is just 4 kids in a room getting really high on morphine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
God, that hand.
Fish boy.
The window. The window.
Oh.
Ah.
That's the intro. I get it.
I think he was just stupid. Okay. But yeah, that ends our.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a lot. That for a free game, that is outstanding.
And the story was like pretty well done, and we got.
Well, it wasn't his story.
Well, it wasn't his story, but the visuals were.
The visuals were incredibly well done. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys got a lot out of us that you would never get in any other playthrough. Like.
I don't know. We went pretty deep on Skate.
Really?
Yeah.
I should watch that then.
It reminded me a lot of like, I was speaking to Harry about like, you know, like what the thing that got me into Skate and like the first time I got an Xbox 360 and all that. It was very, you would like return in time.
Okay.
Alright. Anyway.
Yeah,
we'll
maybe watch
guys.
that Existential Skate playthrough on the channel.
It wasn't as much existential as it was just like
nostalgic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like going because you know we were playing a skate game. Like it's been around for a while.
But any case, that'll be all.
Yes. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, let us know because we definitely. Actually, yeah. If you have any ideas for like games you want us to play or anything, feel free to let us know in the comments. We do pay attention to comments
Because there's only 2 of you.
Yeah, we've only had 1 comment in the past month. It's very easy to keep track of. If you have any idea of what you want us to play, let us know, and we'll get on it like as soon as we can. Yeah, other than that, like we're having fun. We have so many series we need to get back to.
What are you talking about? I don't know your series we haven't finished yet.
We've only finished 1. We have finished 1. In nearly 10 months of box of issues, we've finished 1 game.
I mean, I don't know any other playthroughs that we haven't done or finished. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bye.